Hello, my name is Olivia Liebing. After recently attending the 50th edition of the German Travel Mart 2024 held in Chemnitz, Germany, we have gained a deeper understanding as to what German tourism offers and what is on the horizon for 2024 and beyond. Additionally, we've learned more about Chemnitz, the European Capital of Culture for 2025, and some of the very interesting campaigns that Germany is currently working on. Today, I am here with Ricarda Linder, the Regional Manager of the Americas for the German National Tourist Office. Together, Ricarda and I will delve into all of these topics and share more about what to expect in Germany here on Insider Travel Report. First of all, thank you so much for being here today, Ricarda. It's great to see you again, and I'm excited to discuss all of the exciting developments happening in Germany.
Well, thank you so much, Olivia, for having me. It was great traveling with you through Chemnitz in Germany. I'm happy to be with you now on Zoom in this interview. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Bringing us back to those really wonderful moments we shared at the 50th GTM. That is quite the milestone. So, I guess to get us started, can you please share a little bit about what about this GTM? How many operators and travel advisors came, and how many German partners were there in Chemnitz? Tell me a little bit about the scene, the vibe.
I'm happy to do so. So the Germany Travel Mart is actually our most important sales platform annually in Germany. And we usually host this with different cities, with different regions as host cities. This year it was Chemnitz. And we always organize this as a green meeting in Germany. So this year we had over 380 buyers and media representatives from 38 different countries throughout the world, meeting with approximately 180, I know these are a lot of numbers, 180 German partners in Chemnitz at different functions while exploring the beautiful city of Chemnitz and also its surrounding area. So it's a big meeting and sales platform that offers connections, networking, but really also doing real business.
Yes, I saw a lot of that real business being done. It seemed like there was so many meetings, so many people to meet and journalists to share stories. It really is one of my most cherished travel experiences every year, and I was very excited to go. And I was really happy to explore the town of Chemnitz, which I actually didn't know much about before the German Travel Mart this year, but it is the European Capital of Culture for 2025. Can you share a little bit with our audience about what makes Chemnitz so unique?
Oh, absolutely. I'm happy to. So Chemnitz is really has been the city center of Chemnitz has been destroyed during the Second World War. And the architects, instead of rebuilding it to its own splendor, decided a new route and decided to build a really new structure, giving it an innovative, modern look. So this distinctive architecture has encompassed cathedrals from the industrial age, Bauhaus, Art Nouveau, so a very different look and feel for a city center. And you might have seen it, I don't know which tour you were, but the surrounding area of Chemnitz is actually deeply influenced by 850 years of mining history. And as a little fun fact, there's a lot of green space in and around Chemnitz, and the Stadtpark, the city park as we call it, is actually bigger than New York City's Central Park, where I live. So, as a little fun fact, because Chemnitz is certainly not quite as big as New York and Manhattan.
That is a very fun fact. And I, as a former New Yorker myself, we always think that we have the biggest of everything.
Yeah,
So that's great.
absolutely.
It's in Chemnitz. Wow. Yes, so I did see a lot of the surrounding area on my pre-tour, a lot of Saxony, the German state. Can you share a little bit about what Americans should know about booking travel to Saxony for their clients?
Yeah, so actually 2024 and 2025 is a great time to visit this beautiful state of Saxony. We talked about already Chemnitz, our European capital of culture next year, but also Dresden, the beautiful Baroque city of Dresden, will be celebrating the most important romantic painter, Caspar David Friedrich, next year with different concerts, exhibitions, and all kinds of interactive things to do throughout the city. And so Dresden and really Saxony has so much to offer, whether it's biking along the Elbe River, whether it's hiking in the Saxony, Switzerland mountain range, or whether it's wine tasting in its vineyards. It's really a cultural as well as an active vacation for the entire family, or just taking advantage of all the accessible travel options that the state has to offer, and that makes it so easy and welcoming for all travelers to explore.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. I noticed that as well, and it also feels just very connected. So even getting to Chemnitz, it's a quick train ride from Berlin, from Dresden. So you can really add a lot of these very unique Saxony cities to your itinerary quite easily.
Absolutely. And keep in mind that Germany is a large European country, but it's really the size of California. So, in terms of geographical reach, so things are really easy to reach between multiple cities. Whether you come from Berlin, fly into Berlin, whether you go to Leipzig, Dresden, Meissen, Hamburg, you name it, everything is within reach. Even now, all the way down to Munich, there's a high-speed train of less than 4 hours from Berlin to Munich. You can't get there any faster. So it's really very accessible all around.
Absolutely. And 4 hours, I feel like doesn't get you very far in the States for traveling. So it's lovely how compact it is. And speaking to trains and speaking to just this very sustainable mode of transportation, one thing that was very apparent on my visit is that Germany is very committed to sustainability. In 2023, in fact, the country has moved from the sixth to the fourth place for the sustainable index. So can you share a little bit about what the country has done to achieve this greater sustainability, especially in recent years?
So really, sustainability is part of our DNA, way longer than it became a hype word in the tourism industry, at least here in the United States, and part of the good dinner conversation. And we take really pride in achieving the fourth place at the SDG index. And as a matter of fact, as of 2045, Germany has pledged climate neutrality. So, and as a cross-cutting industry, the tourism industry really has a crucial role to play in this entire endeavor. And our entire marketing campaigns, our communication, our activities prioritize sustainability in all of what we're talking about when it comes to Germany. It doesn't matter if it's UNESCO World Heritage Sites, because preserving the old is more sustainable than tearing it down and building it new. Or when we talk about city breaks and combining those with a nature holiday. Or we'll talk about our Stay a Little Longer campaign. I think we'll have a little point to that later on, reducing really the carbon footprint per day by staying longer in destination. And of course, health tourism, sustainability and health tourism with traditional treatment methods are really important. And you talked about it already. Of course, I can't leave that point without mentioning over and over again that we have a very, very effective public transportation system and a train infrastructure that really allows you to go anywhere in the country on public transportation or by train, even in the most remote area.
Absolutely. And I mean, it is no small feat to go to be in the fourth place for the Sustainable Development Goal Index. That is really something to be proud of.
Thank you.
And going off of that just a little bit more, just because sustainability is so important when it comes to tourism, can you talk a little bit about how some of the stunning nature is accessible in Germany? I know you've already hinted at it a bit, but tell us some of your favorite spots to go to in nature.
Oh my goodness, that is so hard. But please stay tuned. I have to throw a couple of more numbers at you because there's really so many natural treasures in Germany. So we have three UNESCO natural World Heritage sites. We have 16 UNESCO biosphere reserves, 60 national parks, and over 104 nature parks, all protected area in Germany, which is so unique to our natural landscapes. From the islands in the north to the Alps in the south, with the dense forest and the Black Forest and the rivers and lakes, really the diversity of our landscape is unparalleled. But you asked me about my favorites, and that's really hard. So let me mention two or three of them if you don't mind. So one of them is the Waddensee in the North Sea, all the way in the north in Germany, with its grass meadows and soft mud flats. It's also UNESCO World Heritage Site and comprises over 4,400 square miles. But then I would go further south and would talk about the Zugspitze, which is our highest mountain in Bavaria, with a beautiful vision platform and beautiful views all over the valleys and the Alps. It is absolutely stunning. And of course, one that I also can't leave out is the Upper Middle Rhine Valley, which is really another gem with beautiful castles and fortresses along the riverbanks, with beautiful vineyards to do fantastic wine tastings, and of course, picturesque towns to visit. So really, all of those are three distinctively different natural experiences throughout Germany. They're all Germany, and they're all worth a visit.
Wow. Okay. So you gave many reasons why we should pack our hiking boots and head to Germany for more
Please.
than just the cities.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
that's amazing. And it kind of relates to what I was going to ask you next, which is the Stay a Little Bit Longer campaign. I think that's a great campaign. Can you tell us a little bit about the Stay a Little Bit Longer campaign and what it means? And I guess my harder question there is, what are you doing for the Americans with this campaign who do have that limited PTO time off traditionally?
Well, I think we moved past the old tradition of like it's Wednesday, we must be in XX city of the travel experience for the Americans. So the Americans also like to linger, they like to experience, and we like to invite them to immerse themselves in the destination, to extend their stay, to mingle with the locals, to really take advantage of their vacation, and therefore also obviously travel sustainably. And rather than, as I said, visiting multiple countries on one trip, we advocate for more quality time in the destination and for a deeper and really more meaningful experience, not only for the sustainability aspect of that, of course, that is in the forefront of it, but also really for the experience. No, nobody wants to come back and being exhausted from their vacation that they just had. Everybody wants to come back with bragging rights and with a great experience, but also with a relaxing, fresh attitude to jump into the next workday again.
Absolutely. And I think many Americans can relate to that, especially needing that break from technology, from the daily grind, from the stress, and really immersing themselves, traveling more slowly, really understanding the culture better as opposed to just checking things off of a bucket list. I would agree.
And
Um,
allowing to just disconnect for a little moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we could all use some of that, myself included. Um, so looking forward now, what can travelers look forward to in Germany for the rest of 2024?
So we talked about already Caspar David Friedrich. We will be celebrating 250th anniversary of this important romantic painter with numerous exhibitions, festivals, guided tours, and we'll celebrate the artist throughout Germany. We're also thrilled this year and coming very soon in June, as myself being a soccer fan, we'll be hosting again the UEFA Euro 24 soccer tournament. And we will welcome 24 nations and soccer teams from around the world in Germany. And the soccer tournament will be hosted in 10 different cities throughout Germany, and we'll invite all the fans not only to see the soccer games, but also explore the cities and go into the surrounding of the cities and explore more of Germany in between the games and while they're cheering for their favorite team. And of course, in November, I mustn't forget, in November, we'll be commemorating 35 years of the fall of the Berlin Wall. 35 years ago, the Berlin Wall came down. So that will be a huge celebration again with open air events, exhibits, guided tours, interactive functions, etc. And then after November, we're very close already to our Christmas season, and we'll invite our guests to our beautiful Christmas markets. I think we have over 2,500 throughout Germany, I think 7 alone in Berlin, and have the visitors be enchanted by the Christmas season, by the wonderful season, enjoy handmade craft, and of course, the wonderful mulled wine.
Of course. Wow. So whether you like mulled wine, soccer or football, or art or history, there is really a great reason to go to Germany in 2024. Frankly, I love all of that, especially the wine. So
Exactly.
I will have to come back again. And
Please.
going forward past 2024, what can we look forward to in 2025 and beyond?
So again, we talked about Chemnitz, our cultural capital of culture, our European cultural capital in 2025. And we will celebrate this with over 100 projects and 1,000 events that are planned in and throughout Chemnitz. We'll also be celebrating next year 240th birthday of Jacob Grimm, one of the famous authors of our German fairy tales like Hansel and Gretel, Snow White, Rapunzel, and all of these fantastic things. And we actually have a fairy tale road through Germany that starts in the birthplace of the Brothers Grimm in Kassel and connects 50 different cities of where they lived, worked, and collected their stories, and that they eventually published. So that's a fun place to visit also for the entire family. I have done this years back with my kids, and it is so fun staying at the Rapunzel Castle and being immersed in all these stories and feeling in a fairy tale yourself. Another thing that we will be celebrating next year is 270 years of the death of Johann Sebastian Bach, our most important composer of the Baroque period. And of course, Bach will be celebrated not only in Leipzig, where he worked a lot, also in the state of Saxony, where he lived and worked for a long time, but obviously all through Germany.
Wow, lots going on. So, for advisors to note whether you have clients who want a multi-generational trip to trace fairy tales, or you love music, you love classical music, there really is something for every single one of your clients. I think my son would love Rapunzel too in the castle. So,
Yes, it's so worth it.
yes, absolutely. So, my last question here is we've learned so much about Germany and about what's happening now, what's happening in the future. My question is, how can travel advisors get in on it? So, what is the best way for advisors to learn more about Germany and to book more adventures for their clients here?
Thank you for asking that. So we do host regular webinars together with German partners, and we invite all the advisors to participate in those. They're not very long, but they're very precise, to the point, and give you the up-to-date information what's happening in Germany at this point. We also have a very popular trade newsletter that also gives in short snippets, events, things that are going on right now that advisors should know. And we have a more extensive Destination Germany resource guide that is downloadable from our website at germany.travel, along with a trade intranet on that website that gives you news, services, trade contacts, and so much more. We also, above and beyond that, we also host regular face-to-face events throughout the United States, and invite all the travel advisors in those respective areas always to join us and meet with German partners, meet with us, and get really the latest news and updates about our destination. So we try to spread as much as news and use as many platforms as possible for the advisors to help and support you in selling our beautiful destination.
Absolutely. It seems like there's many ways to learn about Germany, but there's also so much news and so much excitement coming out of Germany that there's a lot of news to share. So it all makes
Absolutely.
sense. Well, thank you so much, Ricarda. This was very informative, and I loved reliving my Germany trip with you for the German Travel Mart 2024. And I look forward to seeing what advisors will do with this information and future clients that visit Germany in 2024 and beyond.
Thank you very much, Olivia, again for having me. Please send all your clients to Germany. We'll welcome them with open hearts and open arms, and looking forward to traveling with you to Germany again soon.
Absolutely. Well, auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.
Cheers.